Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're heading up to St. Germain to go for walleyes, smallmouth, and whatever we can catch. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
You know, folks, there's nothing like getting a group of buddies together and heading up to St. Germain, Wisconsin. But what's happening today can happen all the way through June, where you get a cold front and the temperature drops 30 degrees overnight, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, John, in my lifetime of living up here, I've seen it snow every month but August. So July 5th, 1997, it snowed.
Well, it's not that cold today. It's 50
it feels like it.
It's 50 degrees. But we got our buddy Chris MacGillis with us. And Tom, you guide up here too, huh?
Yep.
And what do you guide for?
A lot of walleyes, smallmouth, and panfish.
Okay, and he works with you kind of, or you work together?
Well, he's got his own deal, but yeah, we kind of work together and talk info and so on, and yeah.
So we should get twice as many fish with two guides then, right?
Well, MacGillis needs all the help he can get.
Good,
hey,
good.
folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
So I've been getting the question quite a bit recently, what is the difference between AMSOIL Quick Shot and the gasoline stabilizer? Two different products that many people would assume are somewhat the same. Essentially, the Quick Shot, it's actually a very active quick cleaner, especially if you're using ethanol fuel, which has water problems, also can have some debris in it. What AMSOIL Quick Shot does is literally prevent any separation at all. Any debris, any water is broken down into tiny little particles that will get through fuel systems. The other thing Quick Shot does is when you have fuel restrictions in a machine that may start but no longer run, it can literally perform miracles attacking that quickly. We've seen it work in 5 to 10 minutes with both snowmobiles and ATVs that were not running. Essentially, the gasoline stabilizer is exactly that. This is the product for long-term storage, whether it's regular garage gas or your boat. At the end of the season, this performs up to a year, keeping that gas very stable, and testing has shown it's literally 8 times more effective than seafoam for stabilizing and preserving your fuel. So both of these products are specifically for treating fuel. The Quick Shot, of course, is shorter term, prevention of water separation, debris separation. This is long-term storage, the AMSOIL gasoline stabilizer. And for these products or any of the other great AMSOIL products, easy to order on the new AMSOIL app.
There's more to explore. Humminbird Explorer fish finders make breaking down the water effortless with an intuitive interface and best-in-class clarity. Zero in on the best place for a bite with more precision, more included maps, and more underwater detail. Then, keep your eyes on the prize. With the bright, easy-to-read display, you can view in any fishing condition. Because when you see clearly and fish smarter, you get more out of every moment. Explorer fish finders, only from Humminbird.
Boy, I'll tell you what, we had a temperature drop last night, didn't we, buddy?
Yeah.
I mean, it was, you know, the other day it was like 78, 80 degrees,
Ooh.
And today we got 48.
Yeah.
Okay, here he comes. That's a nice bass, Rob, to start us off there, buddy. And we're fishing an area that has both walleyes and smallmouth?
Yeah, we're just fishing, drifting down a gravel flat and some sandbars, you know, and just kind of casting some search baits and see what we can come up with here.
And when you get a bite, do you spot lock?
I just did, yeah. You know, and we'll fan cast the area and see what happens.
Our co-guide today, Tommy's hooked up now.
Nice one.
Yeah, is it a good one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice bass right there. Good job there, Tom. Get him in that old net ski. Come here. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Now, Tom, you got to tell us, buddy, what were you throwing?
I was on a jerk bait and I actually started giving a little longer pauses, and that seemed to be a little better maybe with it being cold today.
How long into the summer do you use the jerk baits?
I usually pretty much right up till the spawn. After the spawn I don't use them too much, but leading up to it, especially on these windy days, it can really be a good bait.
Yeah, that's a nice fish. And you say that pause is important?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of giving it those couple quick twitches and then a long pause.
Yay, my buddy Chris MacGillis is hooked up.
Let's go.
You love coming up here, don't you?
Oh, I love this, man. The walleyes and the smallmouth deal for me in the spring is just, it's so good.
All right, let's see if this is a big old smallmouth.
I bombed this out there on the jerkbait.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boy, he's got a good attitude, though. He fought hard. That's a decent fish. There we go. Get him in there. Good job. Yeah, cold front smallmouth bass, right?
Oh, man, so much fun. It's beautiful.
Yeah, what a change, though. And, you know, you get these cold fronts, you know, all the way into the summertime, too, you know, and you got to deal with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of fishing.
Yeah, and that was a good fight out of that little guy.
It was a good fight. Oh, there we go.
That on the pause, too?
Yeah.
That is, you know, Pete tells me that all the time, too. That pause is so important, and Rob does it all the time. Tom does it. And you need the net there. You got it right next to you there. Let's see.
I can self-net it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. They fight well. And so twitch, pause. And Rob can show us that in a second, how you do the retrieve. Yeah, that pause is so important, isn't it?
I let it sit obnoxiously long. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how long I let it sit there. I mean, you're talking 4 or 5 seconds, and it hit right at the end.
What's that hit feel like on the pause then?
You know, you feel a thump,
Yeah.
pull down.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so much fun.
Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Rob, I'll tell you what, that pauses that we talked about is so important. So let's go through the retrieve there, how you're working that jerkbait.
Well, give it a couple sharp pops and let it sit. You know, pop, let it sit, pop, pop, pop. You know, vary up your pops, you know, and a lot of times, you know, 2 to 3 seconds seems like, you know, long enough time, but days like today, sometimes you need to have 4 or 5, you know.
4 or 5 seconds?
Yeah, I mean,
Look at that to your right there. Look at that.
as I was just saying, you know.
And
I had
Tommy's
stopped
doing
my bait. I was listening to you talk, and I came and grabbed it.
and Tommy's doing the same retrieve. This is pretty impressive, guys, really, when you think about it. When you have a 30-degree temperature drop, you're going to need the net for that guy. Yeah, there you go. All right. That's a nice fish. Yeah, those are nice fish. But again, that was on the pause, Tom?
Yep, sure was.
So the pause can be as long as 5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was working the bait, and actually I turned and was watching Rob, and I was just kind of sitting there, and it was probably 5 or 6 seconds, and the rod just took off.
Pull them up. Those are nice smallmouth bass.
There we go, John.
Are you surprised we're getting this much action on the cold front?
Well, I don't think, I mean, the cold front's here, but it's really not changed the water, you know. I can flip this guy in, but he's a
But I
tubby.
mean, we've only been fishing an hour. This is a lot of bites, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm happy with it.
I am too. Now, are we going to switch gears and try some other species a little bit later?
Well, we'll definitely fish some walleyes, but
Yeah.
until these guys are not cooperating, I mean, we might as well keep on fishing them. so.
Absolutely.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Feel every bite with the Pfluger President Spinning Combo, featuring a sensitive carbon composite rod and smooth 10-bearing reel, now just $99.99.
There's one.
Hey, Tom, you like to fish the windy side, don't you?
I do.
That's where the fish congregate?
Yeah, definitely. You know, especially this time of year, it's blowing all that warm water up here, blowing the bait fish up here, and these predator fish are gonna be right behind them.
Is that a big one?
Decent. Well, it's like, I mean, they're all nice.
Yeah. They are all nice. And Rob, you know, seriously, when you think about it, the smallmouth fishing up here, like you say, you change your tactics, but you can get them all summer long into the fall.
Right, yeah, no, I mean, it's location,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, once you find them, a lot of times they'll be bunched up, you know, different methods, you know, sometimes you got to go finesse and Ned rig them and things like that, but when you have these windy days like this, even though it's, you know, 40 degrees colder than it was yesterday, you know, it still does push them up, and it, you know, these search baits, these stick baits are definitely the way to go.
Let's see that fish, Tom. Average size, man, that is wonderful.
But I mean, take a look at how that thing is.
Yeah, he sure ate that thing.
I mean,
Yeah, that's impressive. So they're hungry. That twitch bait is fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's a blast. This is so much fun.
I mean, seriously, when they hit on that pause, that's so exciting.
Oh,
And good one?
yeah, this feels good. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Look at that. She's digging.
Okay, let's see what we got here, Chris. And there you
Oh, yeah,
go.
that's a nice one.
Dandy. That's a nice fish.
That's pushing 4.
Now, Chris, I know you're one of the better personal injury attorneys in Wisconsin, but what I love is your love for not only the law and the people you work with, but fishing. You love fishing.
Oh man, I love fishing. It's so much fun. It's so good to be in the outdoors and catching beautiful fish and sharing that experience with our customers.
Yeah, I should mention that too. You know, folks can just call you if they have an issue and there's no charge. And
Yeah.
you take the case.
No, absolutely. We have a whole team of people, and we will definitely evaluate, look at their case, and see what we can do to help.
I know you've beaten some pretty big corporations and gotten people their fair share of what they were due.
Well, our job is to stick up for the people in the community, and that's what we try to do.
Nice. Hold that bass out.
Look at
That's
that thing.
yeah, that's
It's
a
gorgeous.
beauty.
We were fishing the lakes of Vilas County, a 4.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 5.5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis.
I've heard lawyers say, your job as the lawyer is to read the books, know the law, make the arguments. You can't get emotionally invested with your client. To do this job well, you have to. You have to get emotionally invested with your client. You have to connect with your client as a human being, or it never will be as authentic and real as it needs to be. We as trial lawyers, we owe that to our clients. We owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to our community to tell their story. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
We're on the windiest side of the lake, aren't we, Rob?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. He nipped me, I missed him, and then he came right back.
That happens quite often, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I, gave it a little bit extra long pause.
You need the net because we're kind of stuck back here.
This one, we got a doubler.
Look at this. We got 2 on a time now. Wow.
I can lift this one in.
Okay, you lift that one in. There you go. And Tommy, you need help? Yeah. There you go. Pass that right up there, Chris. And that's a smart thing that you guys do. When you get bit like that, you put her on spot lock and you stay for a few minutes.
Right, yeah. I mean, generally if you get 1 or 2, there might be a little school around, obviously a different size fish, but, we might have just gotten into a little pot of them right here. Chris caught one, we got these 2, and now it's your turn, John.
Tell the folks how fast this is.
It's fast. It's going.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I was worried about this morning with this cold front, John, but we are on them.
Well, you know what? What did your grandpa used to say, or your dad? You can't catch fish in the cabin.
Yeah, my grandpa used to say you can't catch fish in the cabin. He's right.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, small one, but just so much fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is really fast fishing, and like you said, we didn't expect it. But what's your grandpa saying again?
You can't catch fish in the cabin.
That's right.
Even on these cold, windy days, you got to be out.
Rob, it was this time last year that you introduced me to this new Seaguar PEX8 line, and I'll tell you what, I just love this. It's incredibly castable, isn't it?
Without any effort, John, you get 20% longer casts. It's actually colored. If you want to use it for, some type of depth control, it changes color. It's so subtle and very, very thin diameter. I mean, you get no wind knots. I mean, it's definitely the best line I've ever used.
Okay, this is fun. Chris has got one on in the back of the boat, and Tom's there now. Yeah, you got one on in the front of the boat.
Oh, man.
Oh, let's see what we got here. Not big smallmouth, but I'll tell you what. What are you going to do here, Chris?
I'm going to lift them right in, John.
Okay, that's a good job. And Tom lost his, so...
Well, we got to be careful with these jerk
show
baits.
The folks, I mean, that's a nice, just hold them out.
Look at
There
that,
you go.
man.
Nice fish there. Hey, I'll tell you what, when you're getting 2 at a time, that's pretty cool, right?
That's beautiful. Look at that.
And we're not fishing that deep, are we?
No, we're in about 5 to 6 feet of water, John.
But you're looking for what for smallmouth? What type of bottom?
Gravel, rocky, that sand. That's really the area that they are this time of the year.
Yeah, right. Hold that out. I mean, that's below average, and that's a nice fish.
We're doing well.
Got another one, John.
There we go.
Need a net for that one?
Probably.
Yeah, I better grab the net.
Average chunker.
Average size smallmouth bass. There you go. And Rob, as when you look ahead to July and August, when I've come up here in the past, it's not a bad idea to fish deep rock, is it, when you get into the heat of summer?
Right, yeah, that's where you're going to want to look for them most of the time, are the deeper rock piles. Again, like we said, it's just all relative to where the fish are. I mean, when you typically find smallmouth, they're usually very cooperative.
Yeah, and you can use live bait like crawlers and jigs and leeches.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you don't need to. I mean, if you do use live bait, circle hooks are a good idea so you don't, deeply gut hook them and you can release them easy,
Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2026 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner is Mike Tomczyk of Valparaiso, Indiana. He caught a 14-inch crappie on the Barbie chain using minnows. Karen Losey of Bellevue, Wisconsin caught a 10.5-inch bluegill on Lake Minocqua using plastics. And Dustin Hecox of Greenfield caught this 41-inch northern pike in southern Wisconsin using a shiner. And Michael Whitlinger of Fall Creek caught a 33-inch carp on the Mississippi River using a blade bait. On to our youth winners with Jack Moosoff of Franklin. Jack caught a 15-inch crappie on Lake Brittany using a small lure, his first crappie. And finally, Tyler Hagg of Theresa caught a 12.25-inch perch in a private pond using a jig and a twister tail, and he released it too.
Was that your very next cast?
Yeah, it might have been one in between there, John.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Rob, do you have any openings for guiding at all?
If I don't, Tom probably does, but yeah, you can just give us a call. And
I mean, this is really good fishing, buddy, and you're doing it under seriously tough conditions, and that's what's really cool.
Yeah, not like the average you've been getting, but still, on a day like today, you take every one of these.
But if you don't have openings personally, you can get people out with Tom?
Yeah.
That's great. And multi-species?
Sure, yeah.
That was interesting. That kind of charged the boat on you.
Yeah, I thought I lost him, John, for a second, but no, he's still on.
I'll tell you what, I'm not catching anything on the plastics today, and you guys are creaming them on the jerk baits.
What do I got here, John? Oh, pike. Oh,
that's actually a pretty well-built pike. Lift that in nice. So you don't break your line. I'll tell you what, folks, if you're going to eat a pike, this is the size you want to eat right there. You're going to laugh at me, but I like to eat these better than I do walleye or any other fish.
I'm not laughing because I agree with you.
Yeah, and there's ways to clean them.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube and figure it out. But ways to get all the Y bones out, and they are delicious.
Well, they have that yellow meat that's almost like a sweetness to it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's delicious.
And Rob, there's a lot of lakes up here where you can go and catch, 4 or 5 of these for a good dinner, right?
Yep. Oh, there's a fish. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of the lakes, John, that I don't know what I got here. It feels pretty good. Hang on to that question a second.
Okay. Oh yeah, there you go, Rob. You need the net on this guy?
I think it's occupied.
Oh, that's going to be a tough flip in there,
I'm
Rob.
not going to flip him in.
That's a tough flip in, Rob. Get him. All right, good job. But no, I've come up here with you, and you can target pike on some of the lakes and get a really good fish fry, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, the best time to catch them, for eating quality was when the water was cold. So like a month and a half ago would have been a really good time to, keep those fish. Otherwise, you got to put them on, if you do want to keep them in the summer, put them in your fridge overnight, let them firm up. But they are very good eating fish.
Yeah, hold that up. I mean, there you go. Another average. Hey, on a day like today, you get a little hungry, huh?
I do.
Yeah, a little chilly. So
We
you
all
get-
do.
Yeah, me too. And I can't light the grill because there's too much wind today, but I still have Johnsonville's for you. What
right.
I have is Johnsonville summer sausage, 100% cuts of lean pork. Then they add their special Johnsonville spices, and then they smoke it. And it is absolutely delicious. Give her a try. Johnsonville original summer sausage.
That's delicious.
Isn't that really good? And that's a great snack to have in the boat, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yep. Hey, folks, look for Johnsonville summer sausage at your favorite retailer today, right, Rob?
Exactly.
Tommy,
Here's another one.
catch another northern pike. I want a fish fry. Is that another bass?
Another bass.
Yeah. I mean, this is incredible, folks. What have we been out here, about 2 hours, Chris?
I'd say about 2 hours.
I mean, that's a lot of fish in 2 hour time, guys. Hold them up for a quick second there, and there we go.
A nice one.
Tommy, you're not a pro walleye, you're a pro bass guy, huh?
I guess today.
Trusted by Midwest families since 1955. Available at your local Fleet Farm store or online at fleetfarm.com. This week, stock up on Rapala Crush City Mayors. Lifelike swim baits with incredible action. Now, just $5.49. Plus, make cleaning your catch easier with the Rapala lithium-ion cordless fillet knife. On sale at Fleet Farm right now for $89.99. Hurry in, sale ends June 21st.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
Look at that. Yeah. Tommy's going to be the first. Is this a bass or a walleye, buddy?
Nice walleye.
Oh, it's a walleye. It's a walleye. It's a walleye. All right.
Got the net ready?
Yeah, get that net ready. It's a netter, Rob, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here, buddy. Oh, beautiful walleye. Tom, that's gorgeous, my friend. And what did we do? We moved a little deeper?
Yeah, we're just kind of floating down some deeper sand flats. Doing a little more jigging on the bottom and picked up a nice one there.
Isn't that beautiful, Rob? Look at the color. Step up there with Tom if you would, Rob, or whatever. But no, Rob, we've had an interesting day. Those bass bit like crazy, and we decided to switch to walleyes, huh?
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do here a little bit, and hopefully this is just a start. So
Isn't that a beautiful fish?
yeah.
That really is. And Rob, on cold front days, do you go a little deeper like Tom said?
Yeah, that's generally the good idea to do.
Okay. Well, good job. Hey, look at that. Old Uncle Tom's got another walleye on, I hope. And... Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice walleye right there.
Nice scoop.
Oh, my gosh, look at the size of that walleye. That is awesome. Hey, Tom, that is good fishing, my friend.
Yeah.
And look at the beautiful coloring on that fish. Isn't that gorgeous?
It sure is.
And again, folks, I'll tell you, the cold front fishing, man, I'm impressed. You two guys are awesome.
Yeah, you know, the walleye fish has been a little tougher, but we're just sticking with it and covering some water and getting some good bites.
Yeah, I mean, that really is a beautiful walleye right there. That really is. And are you moving your jig pretty slow?
Pretty slow, yep.
So maybe that's my mistake. I'm too jigging too aggressively, you think, on a cold
It could
front?
be, you know, sometimes it can be good though to get that reaction bite, but I've just been staying close to the bottom and moving slow, and it's been working.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful fish. Now Rob, explain the coloring on that fish. I mean, some of the fish you catch aren't as beautiful as that.
Yeah, I mean, it's depending upon lake, depending upon water clarity. I mean, we're on a very clear lake, and a lot of times you just get that nice golden color to them like that, you know?
Isn't that a beautiful fish? Now Rob, walleyes that size are uncommon, aren't they?
Not to some of the lakes up here, you know. This time of the year, it's an easier pattern to get on these bigger fish.
Well, I'm getting a little cold, guys. Let's give it another half hour, all right?
All right.
The skies are blue.
For a great place to stay in the Northwoods, call St. Germain Lodge. That phone number is 715-542-3433.
The waters in the woods, John calls home.
Hey folks, Chris MacGillis of MacGillis Law Group, personal injury attorneys. I'm here with Carl Malcolm, the Vice President of Conservation with the Ruffed Grouse Society.
That's right.
Let's tell the viewers a little bit about the Ruffed Grouse Society and, the mission statement.
Well, I want people, when they hear about the Ruffed Grouse Society and the American Woodcock Society, I want people to think about habitat, opportunities to participate in the forest with wildlife, be part of our hunting heritage, and I would say even more importantly, be part of our conservation heritage.
You mentioned habitat. Yep. I know I've been hunting Mercer, Wisconsin my whole life.
Yeah.
They have the Dead Horse Trail, Turtle Flambeau Flowage area.
Yeah.
Tell us about Ruffed Grouse's work to sustain habitat and make it accessible to the public.
Absolutely. Everything that we're about in this organization is about leaving forests in a better condition, and a ton of the work that we do is on our state lands, our federal lands, places that anybody, hunters and otherwise, can go out and recreate. But when they go to those places, we want them to see the full assemblage of species. We want these forests to be healthy, we want them to be diverse, we want them to have robust populations of grouse and woodcock, and also a whole host of other species that should be in these forests. And the work that we do is about trying to bring back that forest diversity on behalf of wildlife and people.
Everyone can go to those. They're open to, you don't have to be in a club or have a membership. They're open to everyone in the public.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's great.
And we partner closely with those state and federal agencies that are administering the lands, and our role is making sure that that land is as healthy as it can be.
I love that. Well, hey, on behalf of all of our hunters in Wisconsin, thank you for everything the Ruffed Grouse Society does to give us access to great, sustainable hunting land.
It's an honor and a pleasure, man. Thank you for the opportunity. You bet.
Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
Feel the difference in every cast, in every bite, in every moment, in every adventure, no matter the season. When everything is on the line, every memory you make, feel the difference.
Hey guys, want to thank all of you today for putting up for the cold front, but surprisingly good, wasn't it, Tom?
It was.
And those bass were on fire, weren't they?
They certainly were this morning, and as the day went on and this front settled in, things got slower and slower for sure.
Tough deal on the walleyes, but those two Tommy Cod were nice, huh?
They were nice northern Wisconsin walleyes.
Hey, thanks guys. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish at. We will find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Mr. Pro Walleye!
Just got off.
Oh no, dude!
What was it?